You're listening to the B&H Photography Podcast. For over 40 years, B&H has been the professional source for photography, video, audio, and more. For your favorite gear, news, and reviews, visit us at bnh.com or download the B&H app to your iPhone or Android device. Now here's your host, Alan Weitz.
Greetings and welcome to the B&H Photography Podcast. We know our podcast goes out to folks all around the world, and we're sending our very best to everyone from our home right here in New York City. Please stay well, stay safe, and stay creative. On today's episode, we'd like to welcome wedding, family, and senior portrait photographers Ike and Tash. Ike and Tash are a husband and wife team from the Pacific Northwest, and they joined us for a conversation back in February at the B&H Depth of Field Conference. It was a really heartwarming conversation. In addition to their photography and business insights, they brought an optimism and an understanding of how to implement the values of mentorship and family into their work community. Enjoy our conversation and stay tuned after the break for a brief update from Ike and Tash, which they just sent us yesterday. Okay, let's start the show. Okay, we are back and we're with Ike and Tash.
Hey.
Hi.
We're here.
Now, Ike and Tash are an interesting couple. First of all, they're a married couple, award-winning, nationally published wedding portrait and senior photographers. Their focus is on weddings and engagements, high school seniors, family portraits. And one of the things that got me, of course, we do a little bit of homework here, and I looked at your website. And your website is a killer.
Thank you.
And I'm saying that because as soon as you come to your front page, man, there's the two of you, and you guys just look happy. And you look together, and it looks very, I'm being curious, it's a positive thing here. It's not a standard web page with a template. It's like, I get to know you guys right off the shot.
So that
right
is like the best feedback, because when we were planning our website, we didn't want it to be about photography. We wanted it to be about us, because we do so many different things.
Yeah.
We didn't want people to come to us looking for what we did. We wanted people to hire us because of who we were and what we did to be secondary to that. So for you to come to our website and feel like you knew us, that's exactly the message we wanted.
Your branding is right there. It's really very, very well done.
Thank you.
I also want to compliment you on incorporating your kids into your routine. You could depreciate them and take them off as tax deductions at the end of the year, and you save on babysitters. That is such a brilliant concept.
And we also hire them as employees so that they could get some IRA stuff going. That's real truth.
So you guys are based in Seattle, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now you grew up there, and you grew up in Virginia?
Yes, I'm from Virginia originally. I moved to Seattle in 2007.
Okay. And you guys met there?
Well, no, actually, we met online. Long story short, we met on MySpace 2005, October. We met in real life in Seattle in January of 2006. I proposed in July 2006. We got married in August of 2007.
And here we are.
Welcome to the B&H Photography Podcast.
Thank you.
You've completed the journey. You're here.
Yes.
But
was still good.
Was photography part of your life at that point, or individually, or you came to it as a couple?
I came to it first, and then he joined us. It's actually really funny, though, as you say, welcome to B&H full circle.
Yeah.
We were in New York in 2010. We had just started our business, and we came to B&H, and we were just mesmerized. We're like walking through the store, and we're looking at everything. We could not afford anything in there. I think Ike bought something for like $20. It's all we could afford. So we were walking down the stairs just now after presenting, and we're looking around, and wow, what a moment.
Did it?
We remember when we were like barely could afford anything in this store, and now here we are. Like, would not have foreseen this 10 years ago.
But was the decision to start the business, did it grow out of someone's love for photography, or was it like, you know what, this is
what's the seed?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I actually was raised in foster care, and I didn't have any pictures growing up. So I've always really loved pictures, and always really have felt like I never want my kids, this is before kids, I never wanted them to wonder like who I was or what I was about. And when my grandmother, who raised me in foster care, she's like my foster mom, she passed away, I just got so sad and depressed. Ike bought me a camera, and I was learning how to use that camera. And as I learned how to use that camera, I found myself like kind of coming back. And that's kind of how it all started. It came out of like grief and loss, and the camera was the thing that like healed me.
And she started getting good at it. People started wanting to pay, and I was like, oh, really? I want a camera too.
And I was like, no, you cannot do this. This is my thing. But this woman, I was so like upset. I did not want him to have anything to do with what I was doing, because it was like my thing,
sure.
right? And this woman had prayed over us and was just like, until you let him be a part of this, it's never going to go where it could. And she was right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we are, and he's so talented, and he definitely adds to like what we do.
So how do you guys counter each other? I mean, who has which strengths? How do you play it? Because you are a couple on set. So what's the choreography?
Well, we've learned, that was our part of our growing pains. Like in the beginning.
No, they were growing pains.
In the beginning, like you have like, we're both Tauruses, like, we have that.
Yeah, bumping.
Basically, we don't agree on anything is what he's trying to say.
And so I think that in the beginning, you have two people who want to be the front man or front woman in the situation. You can bump heads easily. So as we got more into like what we like about our business, what we don't like, we've figured out what each other likes. So like she loves the family, she loves portraits and stuff like that. I could care less. I won't say I could care less, but like I could be at a senior shoot like, oh, this is great. Are we done yet?
Yeah, he's definitely like the storyteller, the events, and I don't care about a story. Like if I'm tired of, I don't like weddings because it's like the same story over and over again. And so we started to kind of identify like, this is what you're good at. So I'm going to step back and let you lead because I know that this is your strength. And when I have ideals, I'll share them, but I'm going to honor that this is what you're good at.
And same thing with seniors. I'm like, all right, this is your show. I'm the assistant at the senior shoot, but at the wedding, I'm the guy. So I'm in charge. So like we know what, all right, this is your thing. This is my thing. Cool.
And on the business end, he is awful. So he is not good. He can get the money.
Like,
he can close the sale. He's very good at that. But like just like the organization, like I'm very like administrative. And so I'm the first point of contact. I direct and all of those things.
And you return the email.
Exactly.
So
But you would be still wondering if he was going to show up to the podcast.
I'm going to show up. You might not hear anything, but I'll be here. Like,
it is true. He's not going to communicate, and he's going to walk in about 7 seconds before he's supposed to be there. But he's going to be there.
90% of life is just showing up. It's
he's got that part down.
So, but let's talk weddings for a second. I mean, when you guys are on site, when you're shooting, are you even shooting? You're both shooting, I assume, right?
In the beginning, for sure, I was shooting. As we've gotten further kind of in our career, like, I mean, we're still young photographers. When you think about 10 years and, people have careers over like 30, 40 years, we're still babies in the game. But I feel like we've done 20 years in 10 because of how much work we've put in. So we kind of have this rule now with our clients where we're both going to show up, but generally I shoot up until the wedding and then I'm done for the day.
Because it really depends. I do a lot of weddings by myself now. So we used to be LaTasha Haynes Photography because she started the business, so it was her name. And then after a while, we realized that, hey, I'm going to be going to events without you. If they're expecting LaTasha Haynes and then this guy shows up, they're going to think I'm some kind of assistant and that's not the case. I'm just
What's wrong with Tasha's husband?
Yeah.
They don't know. They're actually they're like disappointed, and I'm like, no, he's actually the guy that you want. You don't want me.
Like, you're like, oh, I want this. Like, you're not the. So I'm like, no, I'm a part of the business just as much as she is, but the name. So we changed it to Ike and Tash so that way I could show up to events without her, or people don't expect it to just be her or why she's not here. So
from a branding point of view, I think it's actually much better because it's not that, so-and-so studios. It's like, again, like your website. It's not a template thing. It's not a formula.
So now when Ike shoots weddings, people don't expect me to be there unless they have requested me. It's by request. And so if I show up to your wedding and I'm shooting it, it means that you're either a close friend or you're paying extra. No one really expects me to be there. And so it's kind of like a surprise.
Or if you're flying us out to some exotic location.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely a second shooter. In Bermuda, I'm a second shooter. 100%. Yeah, he's not taking anybody else on an exotic vacation. Not when I'm going to. But the truth is, right? Like over 10 years, I mean, in the last 10 years of our life, we went from a husband and wife team to now a family, right? So our business has changed and we have to change with our business. Like I have to consider that I'm someone's mom now. Now I'm two people's moms, two very different children with very different personalities, and we have to adjust according to that. And I cannot be out working and spending all this time with other people's families and neglecting mine. It's just not an option. Especially since this is a family that I prayed for so long. So,
that's a real one. That's a biggie.
And also, you guys are doing this kind of stuff too. You're talking, you're educators as well, I assume, right? So it takes up a whole chunk. And,
totally.
Yeah, and you got to be there for
this
that.
This is my 6th trip this year, and it's February 11.
Wow.
Wow.
All for conferences and such?
Yeah. It's conference season.
It is.
Here we are.
There you go. Interesting. Was weddings where it started, and then senior portraits and engagements and the other family portraits came out of that?
So it started with families, actually. We were going to a really big church. So when we started shooting at the time, we were practicing on families and children. And then we had heard, I think probably, who was it that came to town? It was the WPPI Roadshow, like way back in the day. And we like heard from like photographers that were just like Jim Gardner and things like that. Weddings was it. And so we were like, okay, we got to do weddings because that's where the real money is. I have a background in youth development. And so we're shooting these families and we're shooting these weddings, and I'm just feeling like something's missing. Like I'm not getting filled. And I was following Michelle Moore at the time, and I just like got turned on to senior photography. And to me, it was like this like random thing that I'd never heard of. And so I just started kind of like studying and kind of figuring that out. And I'm like, yo, we should like get into this senior thing. Like, I feel like I could do really well at this. I love young people, a great connector. And so, then we did senior photography. So it kind of came at the end, like seniors came at the end of like, and then we just kind of took off. I think what happened and why we're known for high school seniors is because our approach is so different from everyone else's in the market. Like we really lead with relationship in our business in general. Yeah. But I think young people, they talk so much that the message about who we were got out quicker than it did like in weddings and families. And
given that that is kind of a youth market and social media is a big part of obviously everyone's life, but the kids, is that play a big part? I mean, are you always getting the word out through Instagram and having the kids?
Well, we don't have to say anything.
They do it for you.
Yeah, they do it for us. Exactly. And so it's just like everybody knows. And so people are like, oh yeah, you're the senior photographers. We're like, yeah, but we do other things. Like we do other things, but it's just, we've got far more. You've got like 500 seniors talking about you versus like 20 brides and grooms.
A lot more.
Right. It's different.
Numbers, yeah. And can you break it down in terms of your business, the pie? Like, is it mostly seniors now? Or
no, I would say it's,
or how's it?
I'd say like 40% seniors.
I guess when you got it, I'd say like 40% seniors, maybe 30 to 20% weddings, and then the rest between events and family photos. Because we do family photos. Right. I do events like Christmas parties. Like there's stuff that we do that you won't
never
see.
Will ever make it.
That we won't make it on the website, but we do it. Like, hey, law firm needs headshots. Okay, gotcha. I'll come through.
Yeah, a gig is a gig.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah.
That's what you do for a living.
We like to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Go on vacation every once in a while.
Kids like to eat too, probably.
Yeah, they do ask for food. It's annoying, but
Right.
Like, you didn't eat yet? Dang it.
And how do you guys, you said that you guys go to Bermuda, upstate New York. How does the idea of kind of working a specific market fit into your business plan? Does that make sense? Like, do you guys want to be known as, the couple for this area, for Seattle, Tacoma?
You know what? I don't think we're known that way. No. I think a lot of people don't know where we live.
Right.
I don't think that they've been able to kind of pin us down. Mm-hmm. I don't think that they're sure about where we're from at all. And I feel like that is a question that we get asked a lot. Mm-hmm. So you guys are based in, like, no one ever gets it right. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about our location. We just talk about what we do. And I think like we have maybe unintentionally just not made that a big deal.
Yeah. How much of your work is actually Seattle based as opposed to all over the place?
It depends on what we're talking about. We travel a lot for speaking, just all over the country. And we shoot a lot of different places. I mean, I don't even know.
That's good because like we always travel at least once a year for weddings, like once or twice maybe a year for wedding shoots. Like the last time we traveled, I shot a wedding in Cancun, and she came as well.
Because I'm a wedding photographer, guys.
Of course you are.
That's right.
When it's time to go to Cancun, I am.
That's right.
She took maybe 3 pictures the entire time.
That's enough to write off the trip.
Moral support.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Definitely got my selfies
taken of, right?
Yeah. I mean,
but
I would say probably, I'd say 60% of the stuff we do is at home.
And do you look to grow the other markets when, let's say, the seniors are 40 or 60% of it? Are you saying, okay, we got to up the wedding game, or we want to focus on this now, or is it just kind of build up the, what's
You're asking really good questions. I feel like I need to.
And I'm going to add something into that. Do your kids figure that? Because right now you're traveling around a lot. And I remember when my kids were little, we'd just throw in the back seat and we'd be all over the Northeast for what I was doing. Now your kids are going to be in school if they're not already in school.
Yeah, we have one in school right now.
Okay, so now that changes the dynamics and the logistics of running off to do a lot of stuff. So are you trying to get a little more centralized right now, a little more localized?
I think what we're trying to do is live a life that works for our family.
Okay.
So you brought up a great point. Our daughter has really amazing teachers, really amazing school that's really super aware of what we do. So as we were coming to New York for the week, her teacher wrote her a bunch of letters, and we're doing this like scavenger hunt around New York, and she's getting in the work that she would have done if she was sitting in the classroom, but she's doing it here, and we have to prove it. So we've got videos and pictures and things like that, and she has to present back. No, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't think that we're like trying to limit ourselves or be known for like shooting in a certain area. I think what we're trying to do though is be intentional about the jobs that we take. We knew that this was a really great opportunity for us. It's a really great opportunity for our family. It was an opportunity for us to get in front of people that may not know who we are and to be able to kind of share a little bit about who we are and what we do and why this industry is important to us. So for us, it was a no-brainer. Every single opportunity is not a yes for us. It's got to make sense. And also, you know, because we travel so much, like we have to consider, like if we do leave our kids behind, who's going to sacrifice on our behalf, right, to take care of them. And so we don't often go together without bringing them with us.
We'll separate. So like I'll go a place and she'll stay home, or she'll go a place and I stay home. So we've been separating a lot for a lot of different events and jobs. And I would say that probably, like realistically speaking, as far as wedding in terms of like business, like let's say we slow down on seniors so she could be home with the kids because they're getting older, I'd probably still be shooting weddings just as much because I enjoy them and I'm able to be out of the house and she can be home. Like I enjoy weddings.
What do you enjoy about weddings?
I was just going to ask you that because that's the most tense
human
situation that anybody can be in. It's like everybody at their
worst. And he's choosing that.
Yeah. I once said that like if somebody was going to pay us $5,000 to shoot a senior for 2 hours, or if I do an 8-hour wedding, I'd probably pick the 8-hour wedding just because I just enjoy documentary style photography. I enjoy being around people. I kind of like the challenge of trying to get pictures in a mess of things.
It's that
in the midst
part.
of chaos.
You guys, seriously, we're like yesterday in the city of
that.
New York with a stroller, a 1-year-old and a 7-year-old. And this guy, it is taking us 4 hours to get from downtown to Midtown because he has to like create this incredible street photography. Now, I did get the pictures. They're amazing. I'm thankful for that. But in the moment when those big old raindrops were falling on my face, like I was just like, this is my life. What are we doing right now?
I'm sorry. He has his priorities straight. I disagree with you here. I'm sorry.
And look, I like, you know, as, you know, senior photography, like you only can connect with the kids for so long. As wedding, I can be like 60 years old still shooting weddings and not be like, and still be relevant, right? In that term. But like these kids are like, all right, you're not cool anymore. We're going to find a new person.
Well, and he brings up a great he does bring up a great point though. I think what we're doing now in this season of life with young children, like I said, we have a 1-year-old and a 7-year-old, and like we've been in business for 10 years. We're like, okay, where are we going? And we're making decisions for our future. Like Ike is a YouTuber, so he's like getting into education and doing his thing. I know I'm not going to be a photographer forever, not officially, right? I want to write. I want to be speaking. I want to do other things. So I'm taking other opportunities as well as my photography. We'll never forsake our business. It got us to this point. But I think as photographers, especially in 2020, there's so many opportunities that are available now. Like if you're a photographer and you know how to write, like there are so many opportunities to work with big brands. Like I did a campaign with Old Navy this year. Like we've done some really cool things. And so there's other ways to bring in income as well, in addition, and to like use your talent and your skills in other ways. And so for me, in my future, I think about ways that I can do work and also have my kids be a part of it. So it's not like having to choose them over the work. It's like you're a part of the work. And raising girls, especially Black girls, I think it's important for them to see that. I think it's important for them to see like a working mom who is choosing them, but also choosing my work life, and that they can be done simultaneously together.
Absolutely. Yeah, good for you. So you feeling that the educational and the speaking is something that you'd like to grow into more? Fair enough, if the opportunities arise.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're speaking, do you feel yourself as a photographer or as a life coach or as a self-help person, or what role do you take on
these
up
are
there?
good questions.
Yeah.
We don't mess around here.
No, you get right to it. I think Ike would answer this question differently. When I'm speaking, I want to like take the mask down and I want to show people that like it can be done. Like 10 years ago, like I said, we were in B&H and we couldn't afford anything, you know, and here we are. And it's not that there's anything special about us. It's just that we've done the work and we've worked really hard and we've basically taken good notes so that we could pass it along to someone else, right? So I feel when I'm on stage teaching, like my job is to empower people and to show them like anything that you want to do can be done. And there are no rules. There are no rules in photography. So you can run your business any way that you want. And I think people sometimes trap themselves into these ideas of like having to stay. It evolves. We evolve, we change, and it's okay to pivot. It's okay to change how you do things.
We're going to be back with a brief update from Ike and Tash after a break.
We hope you're enjoying this edition of the B&H Photography Podcast. The best way to support the show is by subscribing on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. For links to gear and more information on today's guests, check out the show notes in your podcast app or visit our homepage on the B&H Explorer website and join the B&H Photography Podcast Facebook group. And now, back to the show.
It's nice to be back, checking in with you after our time at Depth of Field Conference. Ike and I have been really just sitting around and trying to wrap our heads around everything that's happened with this coronavirus. Is that what you would say?
Yeah, it's a little crazy out there.
It's a lot crazy out there. Much like the rest of our colleagues in the industry, we've experienced a lot of cancellations and reschedules, and it is definitely something that we did not prepare for or expect coming into 2020. Would you say that?
Nope, I thought this was the year we're going to be cashing out, but I guess we're just cashing in.
We thought we were going to be out and about, living our best 2020 lives. This was our 10th year of business, so we really thought this was going to be a year of prosperity for us. I mean, who's to say that it won't be, but it definitely is not happening in the way that we thought. And so we definitely have had during coronavirus, this quarantine, this outbreak, we've had our wedding clients cancel. Some have rescheduled. Some don't know when they can reschedule. We're in the middle of senior year, and a lot of our clients have had to postpone senior pictures. They don't know if they're going to have a graduation, which really has impacted our back end sales of like albums and grad announcements. But what it has also done is shown the strength of our business and what we have built over the last 10 years. We've had a lot of clients who, even though they can't reschedule their weddings right now, they know that they want to rebook with us. We've actually booked weddings. We've booked like 3 weddings since the quarantine has happened, which is probably unexpected, but these are people who know they're going to get married and want to use us. And our senior clients have been hopeful for, what's ahead. And so even though we're not out shooting right now, and even though things are really up in the air, I think when you really build a business on integrity and on relationship, people understand that your business is being impacted and they want to support you. What have we been doing, Ike, since we've been stuck at home this is now week 6 for us in Washington State?
Well, I've been busy trying to pump out content for, YouTube and social medias because I have a whole lot of back catalog of stuff that I never got to. So I've been just focusing on like trying to get caught up on that and just, tightening up in other areas, cleaning up around the office, all that little stuff.
You guys don't believe him. He's not cleaning up a thing. I'm looking at his office right now.
It's a lot cleaner than it used to be.
It is a lot. I will give him that. And I have been really looking at some of the things that I've been wanting to do for a long time with our business. We're getting ready to relaunch our Ike and Tash site in May. So we've been working with our designer on that. The other really special thing that we've been doing is documenting our quarantine experience and really playing around with light and shadow in our house and seeing our kids and our family in a different way. We've been creating quarantine videos and just like a quarantine, collection of photos that we could put into an album to remember this special time. So I think as photographers, it can be really frustrating to be home and not be out creating, but there's really great opportunities for us to create with the ones that we love and to tell our unique story during this time. So I would encourage those of you who are stuck at home to really look at your families or look at your loved ones, or just think about like what you want your quarantine story to be, what you want this experience to be, and how you can document it and remember it, because this is a time that has never happened before, and hopefully we'll never have to go through it again. But it's one of those moments that we'll be talking about for the rest of our lives. So we should have memories of that.
I agree.
So if one of your clients were to look at, the photos, would they be able to tell which is a Tash photo and which is an Ike photo?
We've played this game.
No,
We've played this game online.
No.
Yeah.
So like we could probably tell who took a picture, but I try not to because again, I come from a very documentary style, so I like to shoot a certain way, but I know that when we're in portrait mode, it's portrait, so I have to take portraits and kind of blend in. So people really can't tell a good photo.
But I do think so. We have done. That is true what he's saying. But we have done this like little thing on Facebook where we put two pictures side by side, and we've had people like try to figure out who takes it. You make me feel like I want to do that for Instagram.
Go for it.
We might need to do that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
What's the craziest retouching request you guys have had?
I don't know if I've seen anything come across. What I've seen Tash do is switch heads. Like, for family photos. Like she will make let's say there's two pictures and one person's blinking in this photo, but it's the perfect picture, but they're not blinking in that. She'll switch the heads around.
I swap our family picture every year for our Christmas card. Everybody's like, how do you get such a perfect Christmas card? I'm like, we're just that good.
That's not even us.
I'm not very good at the Photoshop, so I try to do everything as good as like get it right in camera. I'm like, look, let's try to make it look as best as possible.
Which is what you should do.
Yeah, because if you want to look 20 pounds lighter, let's fix it right here, right now, okay? Let's put the little waist train on you, whatever.
I cannot stand you.
It's just not going to work out. If I try to Photoshop it, it's going to look botched, okay?
We try really hard just to say, like, we're going to pose you the best that we can, but we're not going to. I don't want to Photoshop in that way. I think that we should just be proud of who we are and how we show up to things. And I think as a photographer, it's our job to like adjust people and to pose them in a way that's the most flattering. But it's like, this is the body that you came in.
Yeah.
I don't know that we have so many requests for Photoshop, but we're going to make sure that you look good. And if you're not happy, then we're going to take it until you are kind of thing. But we try to stay away from the Photoshop thing because that's like a dangerous tunnel to go down, you know?
Yeah.
So
That was a good point though. And is it fair to say that, a lot of the business is kind of relationship based, like word of mouth, and one person passes you on to the next person? Is that kind of
absolutely?
You alluded to that,
yeah. I would almost say like 100% of our referrals are coming from past clients that we've worked with, and them just like sending it out to people. Like we lead with the relationship, and what we have found is that people want to book people that they trust, that they believe operate with integrity, and that they can trust that when they sew into them, they're going to get a good product. And so we put a lot of effort into building trust with our clients and showing them that we care. And then they can see where the money goes. Like they are around our kids. They see the work that we're doing with our girls. So we work with high school seniors, but we also have this whole like kind of ministry part of our business. And so a lot of people will want to come to us because they love what we're doing in the community and they want to sew into that. They know that it's like good ground and that the money is going back.
So that's interesting though. And obviously, well, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I like this idea that, you guys are probably fixtures in your community, right?
I mean, when you have two daughters named Wisdom and Courage, like it's pretty easy to remember a couple.
So like it's interesting because like we, as far as the industry, Ike and Tash as the teachers and speakers, we'll be known like around the country, like, oh, you guys we saw you there. And then locally, like we're at the airport and we're like, are you Ike and Tash? Like we're like, yeah, like, oh, you shot my friends, so-and-so.
Or they'll say, oh, my friends post your daughters on their Snapchat.
Yeah, like.
So a lot of people will like know us because they know our kids.
Yeah, we've never met these people. They're like, oh, you Ike and Tash. Because like the, social media, people sharing. And
like,
that's
I follow Wisdom.
Yeah, like
she's so cute.
That us sharing our lives a lot and being open to sharing with other people has helped us, gain, I guess, the word of mouth from relationships.
And the rapport, people are like, I know these people. I know that this is what they do. I want to see if I can somehow work with them in some way. And it's so fun because when people are booking us, I know that they're booking us because they love our work, but I know mostly they're booking us because they love us and they want to see us win. And that's like the greatest vote of confidence.
That's awesome. That's great.
It's like they're like, oh, these are really good people. And on bonus, they're gonna take
we'll
good
get some
photos
for us.
Yeah, exactly.
I hear that.
Yeah.
So like you were shooting around in the city yesterday doing street photography, which I love, and we all love that here. What do you shoot with when you're doing street photography? Is it different from what you do at weddings?
No, well, my Nikons, we're Nikon shooters.
Yeah, the Nikons?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're Nikon through and through. And I have a Nikon Z6, and I'm using my 35. What I realized yesterday is I need a wider lens. I need like a 28 or a 24
sure.
because the 35 feels like a 50 when you're out in the street sometimes.
I hear
It's
that.
like,
Oh, yeah.
it's too tight.
But there's a really good camera shop right up the street here.
No, we are not spending any money. We're not spending any money this trip. No, we have the money, but we are not spending it. I shoot with the D750.
Okay, me too.
And then we blog. Like I do influencer work and blogging, and my blog camera is a Panasonic.
Okay.
And so, I make YouTube videos. So I test out, I play with all kinds of gear. So on my YouTube channel, I've shot with the Sonys, I've shot with the Canons, the Panasonics, not the Fujis yet. But yeah, so like I've tested a little bit of everything. So I always go by like, my favorite focal length is 35. It doesn't matter if it's 2.8, the 35 is my favorite, right? Or for portraits, it's the 85 or whatever the case may be. But like if they ask me what brand, Nikon.
Yeah.
And
you're all mirrorless now also, right?
Yeah, like
Well,
the light.
he's mirrorless.
Yeah.
He's still.
Oh, you're
He
D750.
gets all the
That's
good
right.
stuff. I always have to wait.
She's mirrorless too. She uses my camera a lot. So I do some video too because I do video content. So having a camera with great autofocus, it helps that it's lightweight. I always tell a story. We went to Thailand 2 years ago, and I took my Panasonic mirrorless and I did video and photos with it. And it's cool for video and photos, but I like full frame. I like the image quality. So now that the Z6 is out, it'd be nice if I had that a few years ago because I would have just brought that as my main camera, and the pictures would have came out even better. I would have had better quality. So all that, this, that, and above,
And you bought the adapter and you're using the F mount with it, or are you buying the new lenses?
I'm trying to switch to the new lenses, not to get too much in the gear tangent, but with the Nikon system, like their F mount lenses are great, but what they're doing with the Z lenses, they're just a class above.
It is.
So like once you realize how good the 35 is or the 50 is above the F mount, you're like, I don't want to use F mount anymore.
Oh, wow.
So they came out with the new 780. I'm like, that's cool, but it doesn't use FZ lenses. So I'm like, I'm at a crossroads. I'm like, the DSLRs are still better performers. Like when it comes down to like workflow, like they are faster, better, and quicker than they did. But man, the glass. You're married to the glass, right?
Interesting.
And,
Wow.
It's new family.
5 years ago, you never would have heard that. Someone taking the mirrorless for the glass.
No,
Yeah,
that's a whole other issue right now.
The Nikon Z50 1.8.
Got it, yeah.
I think it's arguably the best 50 millimeter I've ever seen on a Nikon. Like it's arguably, as far as like technical, like you can talk about character and all that stuff, but as far as sharpness and aberration and all that stuff, the Z50 is like it's at the top.
You found the thing that just got Ike excited.
Yeah.
You see, he talks about it so passionately.
I'm that guy. Like I'm walking around and I see a guy with a camera. Like, oh, he has the EOS R with the 85.
And while you're sitting here, you're watching. I'm watching. You're checking everyone's gear out here.
It's so annoying, you guys. Like we can't even get down a street in New York because all of the people who have cameras. I actually. Because he did that 10 years ago, I met a girl in Times Square and I went and mentored with her because he saw her shooting with Nikon. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it works out for me, but yeah.
That's how I meet people. Oh, what you got there? Oh, is that and I'm like calling it the gear. Is that the new one? I'm like, okay.
That is how he starts relationships. He doesn't ask them their name. He just goes, so what kind of gear you got?
Right.
By the way, if people want to see more of your work, where should they go?
Yeah, you can visit us anywhere online at ikeandtash.com, /Ike and Tash, at Ike and Tash, or you can check out our personal pages. Ike is Photo Me Ike anywhere online, and I am It's Tosh Haynes.
Okay.
Yeah. And on YouTube, youtube.com/photomeike. That's PHOTOMEIKE. Because,
Desperate for followers.
Hey, there's no shame in my game.
That's all right. Desperate.
You guys do great work, and I'm going to go and check it out because based on what I've seen and heard and everything else, I'm sure I won't be disappointed. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Enjoy New York.
Well, that wraps another episode. We're going to be taking a holiday break next week, and we're going to be posting an encore episode. In the meantime, we're going to rest up a bit and start preparing another super sweepstakes. You're going to love this one. At this time, more than ever, we really appreciate any feedback from you. Let us know how you're doing, how things in your city are coming along, and how you're staying creative. Check out B&H Photography Podcast Facebook group or leave a comment on Apple Podcast or B&H Explorer. We thank you for the opportunity to speak with you each week and wish only the very best for you and your families during these trying times. I'm Alan White, and on behalf of Jason Tables and John Harris, stay safe and thank you so much for tuning in.